Well, you know how much I appreciate the comments, and I've no sooner put up a video about Strictly Come Dancing than there's a comment asking me for more details, and that I haven't been completely fair to all the many people who have complained about Strictly Come Dancing, the many professional participants, whether these be the professional dancers or the entertainers who are involved in the show, and particularly that I haven't talked enough about Giovanni Pernice, and about the fact that he has now announced that he's going to be on Ballando con le Stelle, the Italian version of Dancing with the Stars, the Italian version of Strictly Come Dancing. Let me play you his announcement here.
Hi everyone, it's me, Giovanni. Hope everyone is having a nice rest of the summer. I'm here in Portofino, just finished 2 fantastic weeks with my family. But I'm here to give you some exciting news, because I can finally reveal that from next week I will be joining the cast of Ballando con le Stelle, which is the equivalent of Dancing with the Star, Italian version, of course. I'm excited because finally I'm back on the dance floor, and hopefully I will create some new magic on the dance floor. So I'm very, very happy about it. Now I have to do the same thing in Italian, because there is an Italian audience now. You see, there's a different audience. Per tutti i miei amici italiani, non vedo l'ora di iniziare la settimana prossima, perché farò parte del cast dei maestri di Ballando con le Stelle. Dopo 9 anni torno in Italia e non vedo l'ora. Ci divertiremo. Mwah!
And this is really, on the one hand, I think the pressures of Strictly Come Dancing, the pressures of reality TV, are such that they attack anybody connected with the show. So anybody connected with the show is likely to come off badly. They're likely to have a problem. And that is the issue. It's not that the professional entertainers are in some way inconvenienced or targeted by the professional dancers. It's that demand, that juggernaut is so overwhelming, it attacks everyone, because it isn't interested in anyone except its own hugeness. So you've got people like Zara McDermott, Nina Wadia, who you mentioned. She said that this thing affected her mental health. Absolutely it did. Danny John Jules, he was the entertainer, and he seems to have been the problem. And there were issues with Amy Dowden, who was the professional dancer. Will Young left early, if you remember. I only took an interest in Strictly Come Dancing after I came off the circle, partly because I thought Strictly Come Dancing was the answer to all the problems, because Strictly Come Dancing was was about a reality TV show involving professionals. Those professionals had the support of agents and unions and so on, and managers, so they had that support system around them. But what has come out is that support system itself is not enough. The problem is the format. The problem is that it doesn't really matter who you are. You lose agency, and trying to hold on to that agency, the only approach is to surrender that agency and somehow or other claim it back afterwards. But that is the problem, and that is the trust element, and that is what is not there. So throwing professional psychiatrists or chaperones at the issue is not going to fix this, because it's not about hiding that fact. You've got to be upfront about that fact. The agency will go, and you then have to trust that it will come back afterwards, and you will have a system around you which is going to restore that agency, because it is taken from you. When you're in a theatre show or something, again, you surrender agency in so many ways to your director, to the company, to the show. But because of the nature of a theatre show, because of the nature of television, and because of the nature of the business, it's quite easy to grab that agency back afterwards. It's not easy to do it on the night. So on the night, you often go on stage, and it's really difficult to unwind because your agency is gone. And but at the same time, there's this adrenaline high which carries you on. Rachel Riley and Pasha Kovali, although she married him, she said that she got PTSD because of the show, and she needed a lot of psychiatric support afterwards to deal with that. Well, I can understand that. Laura Whitmore, of course, cried every day, and she was partnered with Giovanni. Greg Wallace with Alina Villani, Lynda Bellingham with Darren Bennett. She said, well, it just wasn't fun. And that, again, brings the whole thing in. Reality TV tries to present itself as fun. It tries to present itself as having a good time. But the point is, you're entertaining. You're part of that paid entertainment. If you have a good time, that's an extra. And that and the producers try to give the impression that this is fun, that this is a game, that this is entertainment for you. It's not. That's a lie. That is a fundamental lie, and that needs to disappear from the from the system. Robert Webb talked about it being a weird program and brutal. Fern Brittan, who was partnered with Artem, who seems a nice boy, but apparently he kicked and shoved her. Fiona Phillips with Brendan Cole, again, somebody who seemed nice, but she said that he was a real bugger. That's just 12 people. So, Millie, I've done my homework here. I'm not ignoring it. I think there's probably far more than those 12 who would complain. I think those are the 12 who have so far voiced concerns. In 20 years, 12 people who are prepared to speak out is quite a large number. But my own suspicion is that almost everybody who is involved in the show has difficulties adjusting afterwards. And it's not about the edit. There are cases here where there is a bad edit. And there are cases where people go out earlier and they're shocked and they're surprised by their experience. But but that's down to this bad edit issue, which is always a problem with reality TV. But there's a bigger problem that this is about. This is such a big show, so much is riding on it, and in addition, there's this element of performance, which is almost beyond the control of the individuals involved, both the professionals and the amateurs. So the professionals expect a standard, and they're not getting it from the amateurs. They've got to teach them how to come up to that standard, and the amateurs have never done this before. So it's immensely stressful to both of the performers to do this in 4 days and then to perform live. And it looks magnificent, but it's an obstacle course of horror. And I remember shortly after I came off the circle, I went to a performance of a thing called the Nativity, and with Rylan, and then afterwards there was a show I had to do with Rylan, and just before that I was left on my own at the bar, and suddenly all the professionals from Dancing on Ice turned up, and they said to me, why aren't you doing Dancing on Ice? And I said, well, I've not been asked, but and they said, oh, we'd love you to do it. And I thought that was very sweet of them. I said, well, I don't dance, I don't skate, and also I should have added I'd never seen the show, and and they said, oh, don't worry, we'd teach you. And I said, I'd scream. And they said that would be great TV. Well, it would. It would. I can understand that, and I'd be only too happy to be the fall guy in that situation. But you know, from that point of view, I'd be in on the joke. But I can understand how terrifying it would be, and I'm slightly relieved, frankly, I must confess, that it was never followed up. But it was a lovely conversation, and it was very flattering, of course. But I was, in fact, asked about Strictly Come Dancing, and I was. I don't think I don't think I looked as enthusiastic as I should have been. Let's put it like that. I think it would be a nightmare.